Welcome everybody to the YouTube channel, and today we're going to talk about contractors from hell, right? Or home builders from hell. I have dealt with contractors and realtors and home builders from hell. There was one home we went there right down the street. It looked very nice, but right on the window, man, we were getting ready to write an offer. Right on the window, we saw the stop work order from the county. Everything was brand new, but they did all of that without getting permits. And then the county slapped the stop work there. So guess what? I don't think they had enough money to gut it out and redo it per county code. So they just wanted to sell it and let you take the headache. And I had to tell my buyer, hey, I wouldn't do that. You never know how much of this you got to redo. So you do have some builders from hell and contractors from hell that don't get the right permits. But anyway, let's watch a few of these videos. I practice in Maryland and the District of Columbia, excuse me. Not licensed in Virginia, just DC and Maryland. So if you're looking to sell and buy in DC or Maryland, I'm your guy. And also make sure you like, share, and that's how you help the channel grow. Let's get started.
Into the renovation, and I'm giving you the worst update I could have ever give you. My contractor destroyed my house, not intentionally, but he clearly not qualified to do the job.
Tricky statement. The contractor destroyed the house, not intentionally. So you see, he's not trying to throw the person completely under the bus, but destruction got done. And he said they're definitely not qualified. So here's the thing, in this, most states, but in Maryland, there are definitely websites to where you can go and see licensed contractors, but just being that they're licensed sometimes is not enough. Sometimes you want to get somebody referred to you, because when somebody's referred to you at times, their name is on the line and they'll do a better job. Let's look at this.
I'll just show you some of the damages. There's endless damages, and every day when we're removing another wall, we discover more and more damages. So here it is. After installing the kitchen, we discovered that all the electrical work he did is not up to code and it's dangerous, so we need to rip everything off. He broke the handles.
Man, look at that. All the wires, everything just there. That looks...
My $15,000 oven. This is the laundry area that we did, and as you can see, the 2x4 are connected.
I don't know if that was a flex or what that was. $15,000 oven and the handles are broken. Wow.
Nothing. This one, he just cut it in the middle and put the electric box on it, so there's the pressure on the electric box. Also, he didn't use the right plumbing. He used 1.5 inches, and for laundry you need 2 inches. And this is the worst part. The entire bathroom, we're gonna rip everything off. Nothing is leveled, as you can see. This is completely coming out. It needs to be leveled. He didn't.
Some things are not done up to code. Apparently, for laundry you need 2 inches. I'm not a builder. What I'll say is make sure everything is done up to code. And sometimes, not taking this gentleman's story here, I'm just saying, sometimes you would like to hear both sides of the equation. Sometimes people want to renovate their house, they want to cut on costs, and they go get the cheapest contractor that somebody recommended. You don't know the whole story. But when he said clearly the person wasn't qualified, did he know that prior to? Did he just want to look out for somebody he knew and then they let him down? Whatever the case may be, the job is not done properly. Look at the bathroom right here.
Do the floor properly, so now we need to rip everything off. Here, look at this, it's just moving and it's not even in the same line.
To each his own. Just the I like the finished products. Don't like what I'm seeing right now with just the choice of everything they're doing there. But wow, it seems very expensive, and just sometimes doing things the right way and the first time is just better. When I was younger, my dad always told me to always don't settle for cheap things, and I've learned that the hard way sometimes. You know, I bought things that I just regretted. Like, man, I could have just put in more money and got something of high quality. So don't cut corners sometimes. But if you're trying to sell a house, if you want to live in it, I got a video that I talked about just minor repairs and touches you can do. Sometimes when you go overboard in repairing a house, you may not recoup the money if you're trying to sell. So if it's your forever home and you want it to be really nice, I get that. But before you go on a crazy repair, if you're trying to sell, talk to a real estate professional and they'll point you out into the things you can do where you don't need to really go all out in spending. So here's some comments here. Please share the name. We have so many shady contractors in Miami. I don't think that is a Miami thing. Did you find him outside of Home Depot? That's what I was saying. Where did you get the contractor from? You need to know some backstory there. I would say sourcing, you know, make sure they're licensed, and also hearing from people that they've done work for. You need to take legal action, obviously. Definitely the lowest bid, that's another thing. You put the house up for bid and contractors come and bid, and so that's why it sounds bad, it looks bad. But one thing I didn't want to just jump into is, oh, this is terrible, because you never know. Sometimes there's a joke about a builder, and people did a bid. You got the A plan, the white glove plan, you got the plan B, plan C, and that builder said, where's the plan D? And he went and hired that. So sometimes you never know when people are trying to cut costs. They go hire the lowest bid, and then they're mad about how the thing turned out. So you don't know the backstory. But either way, let's say the contractor gave them their word. Either way, it is really bad. So just be very mindful. When people bid and underbid people, it may not always be the best. Sometimes people want to prove their worth, and you got to get in the door, so they underbid. But sometimes just getting somebody of quality and with a reputation is very good.
Your ultimate hub for real estate insights, breaking news, entrepreneurial wisdom, investing strategies, and self-development hacks. If you're ready to expand your mind and stay ahead of the game floor, you're in the right place. Subscribe now. Your future self will thank you.